Hello YouTubers, Bud Light here, bringing light to the darkness of these crazy economic times that we're in right now. So I'm thinking of starting a videos of young entrepreneurs. So I'll be interviewing some different young entrepreneurs, and we'll be putting on this video. And they have some great ideas, great side hustles in the way things are going today. So I have with me today Tyler Moore from New Mexico. Everybody, you're 17 years old, right, Tyler?
Yes, sir.
All right. So Tyler is out there on a very large ranch in New Mexico. And just kind of tell me some of the things that you've done, Tyler, growing up, some side hustles, and how you've been making money. Because he's kind of independently wealthy. So,
well, I've always been around and been trained to trade stuff, so I've always bought and sold stuff to make money, and I've cut wood and helped people build fence, and then helped with cow work.
When you're talking about trading stuff and everything, for example, you were telling me about some trailer or something? Kind of tell our audience about what you did there.
Just last week, I had a neighbor lady call me and ask me if I knew anyone who wanted to buy a trailer. I said, well, I would buy a trailer, so I bought one.
Is this a stock trailer?
Just a stock trailer for $400, and I took it to an auction, and it brought $1,000. So that's one way to make money.
Yep. And then, you said something about the big windmill farms. You want to tell what that was about?
Yep, we have a windmill farm that kind of borders our property, and they had a bunch of leftover scraps of aluminum wire, and so they gave them to me, and I stripped them and scrapped a bunch of aluminum wire.
You said about like a half a trailer full of
aluminum? About a half a trailer full of aluminum wire.
Okay.
It was about 3,000 pounds of aluminum.
What's that kind of bring on the market now?
I sold 3,000 pounds. It was about $1 a pound when I sold it.
So there you go. You made $3,000, and minus your little bit of fuel and hauling charge. The other thing you told me about the wind farm is the spools.
Yep, and the aluminum wire come on big, like spools that are about 6 foot across, and also take those to auctions, and they bring about $15 to $20 a piece.
So I guess it's the saying is one man's junk's another man's treasure. So they just gave all this stuff to Tyler, but they didn't come and knock on your door and say, "Hey, Tyler, you want this stuff?" Did they?
No, I stopped a guy on the road and I asked him what they were doing with all their extra stuff, and that's how I.
So you kind of had to initiate it. You had to go out there and find that, and kind of the same way with I guess the lady with the trailer did call you.
She did.
So that's always nice when that happens.
Yeah.
But you said that you've chopped wood, you built fence, and now I would tell you Tyler's on a large ranch out there in New Mexico, and it's all passed down through family, a lot of it, and then you've also have purchased some with the family recently.
Yes.
But it goes to say, in the Bible it says, build a legacy for your children's children. And so his grandfather was a phenomenal man in New Mexico, and you're a stacker, a gold and silver stacker too, aren't you? You do you save gold coins and silver coins?
Yes.
All right. So, and he learned that from his grandfather, because his grandfather taught him that, hey, that's God's money, gold and silver. So you and your father, his father's a good friend of mine, do a deal with silver and gold. So that's kind of what, everybody's been telling everybody on the YouTube is get silver and gold. Now, as far as your ranch, how you're kind of like the ranch manager now.
Yes.
And everything, running it. How many acres are you looking at?
Oh, maybe 30 sections.
30 sections, so what's that, about 23,000 acres?
Close to it.
Close to it?
Yes.
So just a small piece of land out there. What's it take you, about 2 days to go around that property? Depends if you're on a motorcycle or a horse, right?
2 to 3.
2 to 3 days. So, But young Skylar here, 17 years old, already a ranch manager for the whole ranch, gold and silver stacker, a side hustle guru, always looking for a good deal, right?
Always.
All right. Oh, tell him about your gopher. He has a side hustle of a gopher business.
Yep. When I was younger, me and my sister trapped gophers, and the Water Conservancy Bank would pay $3 a tail. And one year we caught about 1,300 gophers.
1,300 gophers at $3 each, so that's basically you made $3,300.
Yep.
So, and you're still doing that, right? Well, your sister's still doing
My
that.
sister kind of does that. I don't as much, but
because you got a ranch to run.
yep.
So, the one other side hustle you had was something with Connex boxes.
Yep. Me and my dad sell Connex boxes and deliver them. So
Okay,
that's one thing we do.
that's one thing you do. They got a menagerie of things that they do. Always something. I mean, if you can do something here, you go and do it.
Yep.
But let's talk about work ethic a little bit, because we're seeing in today's society, especially people his age and that young, is that you always hear people say, "Oh, those young people don't want to work." We've never had that problem with you, have we?
No, I've always
It's
wanted to work and thought it was
Always work. Look for work.
look for work.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And Tyler has got quite a name for himself in his area there in New Mexico. Kind of the go-to guy if people need something done, right?
Yes, sir. I'm always getting calls.
Always getting calls. You know, he's built his reputation on his work ethic and honesty and just being true to his word. A young man who probably has more wisdom than most people my age and older, just because he has a great work ethic and he's willing to go out there and do whatever it takes. He's crushing it. If this whole economy comes crashing down like a lot of people think it's going to, some don't, you're pretty well prepared to weather the storm, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
So, and not only weather the storm, but succeed during that storm.
Yep.
So, that's pretty awesome. It's good to see young people like this. It gives a little ray of hope to us older people looking at the younger generation, just shaking our heads. But then we see old people like young Tyler here, and it gives us hope that we're going to leave some stuff in some good hands. So that was it for today. Do you have anything else to add? What would you say? Let me tell you this, Tyler. Look at that camera and tell people your age group what advice you would give them.
Well, get off your lazy butts and go to work.
There you go, people. Get off your lazy butt and go to work. That's all it takes. As you know, Chris says in Financial Prepper, all you have to do is show up nowadays. That's 80% of it. Just show up and do what you're hired to do, or keep your word. Be a man or woman of your word. So that's good advice coming from a young 17-year-old. So we're out of here, but hey, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. I know I forget to say that a lot of times, but I'm new at this YouTube deal, and apparently that's how this whole system works to get that video out there. Like and subscribe, share this video with maybe some like-minded younger people if you have some grandchildren or even your own children. Say, hey, I want you to see a young entrepreneur, 17 years old. So we're out of here, and good luck, everybody. Talk to you later.